Welcome to All Things Fun Hydrographics and another exciting edition of our bi-weekly video series called Just the Tip, where we cut out all the boring stuff and just give you guys at home great tips and tricks so that you can become a better DIY hydro dipper. In today's video, we're going to be talking about tape. I'm going to show you all the different kinds of tape that I use in different parts of the process, so stick around and tell you all about it. Today's video is brought to you in part by One Hit Wonder Paint Company. If you are in the market for a DIY hydro dipping kit, or you want to step up to a professional grade paint like what we use right here at ATF Hydrographics, I definitely recommend you check out One Hit Wonder. They're a huge supporter of the channel, and we use their products here in our shop every single day. They work really, really well. And if you'd like to save some money on your next order at One Hit Wonder, stick around all the way to the end of the video, and I may or may not have a little coupon code for you. So let's talk about tape, because I know this is a super exciting subject, and you all can't wait to hear about it. Because, you know, that's every YouTuber's dream, is to one day have a viral video about tape. So I get asked about what kind of tapes I use in different parts of the process, like every single day, whether through comments here on YouTube, Instagram, email. I mean, I just get lots and lots and lots of questions about tape, so that's why we're going to do one video and cover all the tapes. We're going to go through them individually, and let's start with general purpose masking tape. You'll hardly ever see me using this on actual projects for taping things off because it's just really not that sticky and it just doesn't hold up very well. But what I do use it a lot for is holding film in place on the water. If you watched the channel before and you've seen me dipping stuff in the tank, normally you'll see me using these aluminum dams to hold things in place. Sometimes I have really, really small pieces of film or really, really large pieces of film, and I just don't have a dam pre-made for those specific size pieces of film. So what I'll do is I'll grab some of this masking tape and just use it to lay across the water to kind of keep my films in place when I'm dipping. But other than that, I don't really use general purpose masking tape. I buy the cheapest brand possible. This one is Duck brand, just general purpose masking tape. That's all I use it for, is taping stuff up on the water. The tape that I use the most is this green frog tape. I use this stuff for masking from paint. You know, when I don't want paint to get on something or I don't want it to get overspray on it, this stuff works really good in the sandblaster. So if I have a part that I don't want to get sandblasted, I need to sandblast the rest of the part, I actually use the frog tape to protect those parts that I don't want to get sandblasted. It holds up generally to about 100 PSI in the sandblaster without any issues. I've used a lot of different brands of paint masking tape over the years. The blue 3M brand seems to work okay. It does give pretty good sharp lines on the edges. The issue I have with this is it doesn't usually hold up as well to water once it's dipped. And the frog tape does seem to hold up really, really well to being dipped, and sometimes multiple times. The water doesn't seem to affect it as much as some of the other tapes that I've used. So what I can do is I can actually, like say I'm doing a tumbler, I can tape the bottom of the tumbler, sandblast it, dip it, and never have to worry about changing the tape out. Usually the frog tape will hold up. A lot of these other brands like this 3M Sure Mask, I think that's what they call it, Sharp Lines, multi-surface tape, stuff like this, for whatever reason, as soon as it gets wet, it doesn't want to stick anymore, and then I wind up having to retape it after I get done dipping it, and just takes up too much time. So I buy the more expensive frog tape. Is what I like. Now, the tape that I get asked about more than any other tape is the tape that I use for double dipping. You guys have probably seen me use this stuff in videos when I dip like rifle stocks or shotguns or something like that, where I tape off one side and I dip one side. This is it. It is 3M delicate surface tape. It is like a violet purple color. This is a really, really good tape, and the only reason that I use it is specifically for double dipping. Other than that, I don't use this tape. That is the only time I use it, is when I'm double dipping something. Now, as far as buying this delicate surface tape, it's really hit or miss at places like Lowe's and Home Depot and Ace Hardware. Sometimes they have it in stock, sometimes they don't, and usually they don't have the size that I like, which I like the bigger size, the 1.88 inch. That's my favorite size. And it's just never in stock when I need it. So I usually end up buying the stuff from Amazon in 5-packs. It's actually a little bit cheaper there, and I don't have to worry about going to like Lowe's or Home Depot and dealing with people and stuff. It's just easier just to order it on Amazon. If you're interested in purchasing any of these tapes and you don't want to go to your local home improvement store to buy them, I've got links to Amazon down in the description box below where you can purchase all of these tapes that I'm talking about today. Another common tape that I use all the time that people don't really ask me about because I don't really think they know what they're looking at is electrical tape. I don't have any specific brand that I like, just whatever's cheap. I usually buy it in 10-packs. I really like this stuff for deer antlers. This stuff just like kind of wraps around. You can pull it and stretch it and get it really nice and tight. It works great for that. This stuff also works really good for objects that are a little bit out of round, because when you use tape like this, sometimes the tape doesn't want to lay flat. So you can use this and stretch it. You know, you can pull it really tight and it'll stretch around those weird shaped objects. So electrical tape is always a good one to have. Then I have two specialty tapes that I use. This one is going to be fine line 3M tape. You can use this for like doing pinstriping. Sometimes I tape off little stuff that I need or teeny tiny little parts, and that stuff works good for that. It's not as sticky as frog tape. It doesn't seem to hold up as long, but if I need something really, really fine line, this is usually what I get. The other one is going to be vinyl masking tape. I use this mostly for Cerakote. Now, what I don't like about the vinyl masking tape is it's kind of hard to work with. It doesn't really have a whole lot of stretch to it. It's real staticky, so like when you cut a piece of it off, if you like go to lay it down somewhere, it just instantly clings to whatever it's next to. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to use. And through experiments, I have found that frog tape actually works really, really good with Cerakote. And you can put it in the oven at 180 degrees for 2 hours, no issues whatsoever. So I'm finding myself using less and less of this vinyl tape for Cerakote and more of this frog tape. If I know I've got something that's metal that I'm going to be baking at 250 or 300 degrees, I usually go for the vinyl tape. It's just a little bit more of a pain in the butt to work with. So the last tape we're going to talk about is not a tape at all. It is this stuff right here called Peel Tech. It's a liquid masking agent. It's not really liquid, it's more like a thick gel. But what you do is you take this stuff on a paintbrush and you can put it on something that you're trying to mask off that's a weird object, or something that has like a lot of texture to it, like handgun grips is what I use it for, or shotgun grips that have like really heavy stippling. You take a paintbrush, dip it some in there, paint it on there, let it dry, and you can build up a couple of coats so it's real nice and thick. Once it's dry, it forms this like real tight protective coating on the outside, and then when you get done with painting or dipping or whatever you're gonna do, you can take the stuff and peel it off just like Plastidip and throw it away. This stuff is a little time consuming. It takes about anywhere between 6 to 8 hours if you put a really thick coat on to dry completely. But it does hold up to sandblasting up to about 75, 80 PSI, and then you start having some issues with it. But for some things, I just have to use this. Like I said, those gun stocks that have that really, really heavy stippling, so adds about an extra day of work, but it's about my only choice sometimes. But if you do a lot of different kind of surfaces, this stuff is definitely worth having around your shop, because you never know when you're going to have something that tape is not going to stick to. Oh, and just one more tip with this Peel Tech. Use the cheapest paintbrushes you can find. Even if they're little small paintbrushes that you're going to use, make sure they're cheap, disposable, throwaway ones, because this stuff does not come out. I have tried washing the paintbrushes and trying to get all this junk off. It's not even worth the time. Just use a cheap disposable paintbrush and throw it away when you get done with it. Now, these tapes and the brands that I use are not like the end-all be-all of hydro dipping. You can use whatever tapes you want to. Whatever makes your little heart go pitter-patter, use that. These are just what I use. I get asked about them all the time, so I'm sharing it with you guys. So don't go down in the comment section and go, I only use this brand of tape, because I'm not even going to respond, because I don't care. Just want to give a big shout out and thank you to One Hit Wonder for sponsoring today's video. If you're interested in trying out One Hit Wonder and you would like to save some money, I've got a coupon code that they have so graciously given us. The coupon code is ATF Hydro. You can use that and get $5 off your next order at One Hit Wonder. And if you're like me and you can never remember anything, I've got the link with the coupon code down in the description box below. If you want to use that, just click on that link and it'll take you right over to the One Hit Wonder site. One Hit Wonder! Get you some! So I hope that everyone enjoyed today's video. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button if you like what you saw today. That would be greatly appreciated. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. That's going to do it for this one. Let's roll the bloopers. Tips and tricks how you can. I need a maid. It's really dusty in here. In today's video, I'm gonna give you guys some stuff. Oh God, I'm thinking that hurts so bad. Because that's what everyone wants to watch a YouTube video about, is tape. Because that's like the most exciting subject in the whole world. Tapes and beards, not a good idea. Not even for YouTube. So not worth it. That hurt. Whoo, that was close. I almost didn't catch that one. That would have been bad. You know, I joke about having a viral video, and then that would actually happen to me. I'd just be walking around a Walmart and gonna be like, hey, you're that guy with a tank video. I saw you on the interwebs. That would be just my luck.